Skinny Hardaway Southern T back with another EP. Y'all do your boy a favor, y'all smash that like button for your boy when you roll on in. Whether you're here for a good time or a long time, I greatly appreciate you sliding through. If it's your first time, do your boy solid. Don't make it your last time. Hit that subscription button as well. Talk this good boxing, MMA, sports, parlays, predictions every single day and not just today. Today, we're here with Jose El Rayo Valenzuela versus Edwin de los Santos prediction. Jose Valenzuela is one of my favorite fighters to watch, right? Exciting fighter. He's going up against another exciting fighter in Edwin de los Santos, right? Jose Valenzuela has been in quite a few, you know what I mean, big fights, meaningful fights, right? In his young career. Right. He's not the oldest guy, but he's been in some meaningful fights already in his early career. He's under 20 fights, but I can remember him being in at least 3 to 4 high level fights already. Right. You got Chris Colbert twice, right? Then you got Gary Antoine Russell, right? You got the first Edwin De Los Santos fight. Um, you got Pitbull Cruz, right? So when you get to going down El Rayo's Jose Valenzuela's resume, man, it's a pretty nice resume. Like it's a nice resume. Like he's the guy who's not ducking any smoke. He takes on competition and challengers. Like I was impressed. You know what I mean? Going down Jose Valenzuela's resume. As far as Edwin De Los Santos, he's probably most famous for fighting Shakur Stevenson. Um, right? He had Shakur Stevenson heavy on the back foot in that fight, right? That's mostly what a lot of us remember about that fight, right? Shakur being heavy on the back foot, right? One of the 2 times that Shakur was heavy on the back foot, you had him versus, De Los Santos and Nakatila, right? So Edwin De Los Santos is probably most famous for fighting Shakur Stevenson, but he also is the guy that took Jose Valenzuela's over, right? He's the guy that beat Jose Valenzuela first, if I'm not mistaken. Nonetheless, he's the only guy to knock Jose Valenzuela out, right? That is a real fact. So he did stop Jose Valenzuela about 4 years ago. Now, Jose Valenzuela, I think, was a different fighter then, meaning that he was younger, he was less experienced. Edwin De Los Santos was part of his growing and maturation, right? So I do think that De Los Santos is fighting a different Jose Valenzuela at this point, right? Edwin De Los Santos has been there again, like with Shakur Stevenson, Joseph Bordano, Jose Valenzuela, Luis Acosta, William Foster, right? So he has a pretty nice resume as well, right? Decent name, decent names, right? Decent claims to fame, nice claims to fame on his resume as well as Edwin De Los Santos, right? Edwin De Los Santos is 17-2, 15 KOs, 5'8", with a 70-inch arm reach from the Dominican Republic. He's taking on Jose Valenzuela, 15-3, 9 KOs, been stopped once himself, 27, 5'9", with a 69-inch reach. So Valenzuela is the younger fighter. He's going to be giving up 1 inch in arm reach, right? And he's an inch taller than De Los Santos, right? De Los Santos is 26 years old. I don't know why in my mind I felt like De Los Santos was so much older than he was, right? But De Los Santos is a young guy, bro. I be thinking De Los Santos is like 32 and 33 and all that good stuff, man. De Los Santos is a young guy. He's 28. Right. That man is only 28 years old. That is surprising. Like that's a shock. Right? That's a shock. What's good, Ray? Shout out my girl Takia. My bad. I see y'all in there. What's good, Ray? Shout out my girl, uh, Takia. Shout out my guy Ray. Appreciate you sliding through, man. We about to make it do what it do, right? I'm getting to it, man. I think y'all gonna like this pick that I got. I don't like it. I don't like this pick that I got, but I think y'all gonna like this pick that I got, right? But let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. But Edwin De Los Santos is 26 years old, man. That is crazy, right? That kind of makes me even, that is crazy that that man is only 26 years old. I was a little worried that he had been out of out of the ring, right? Then I went back and checked. He had a fight, right, about 4 or 5 months ago. He knocked the guy out in the first round. But I'm thinking he's a little older, right? So I'm like, man, him being out of the ring that long, even though he had that one night fight, but that man only 26 years old, man. He only 26 years old. You know what I mean? So that's great right there. This is gonna be a banger fight, man. It's gonna be a great fight. I don't know how many people, were thinking about this rematch, but it will actually be perfect timing for this rematch, right? And if you're Jose Valenzuela, this will be the perfect time to be fighting Edwin De Los Santos, to be trying to get your get back, right? So to see what you mean. Well, like I said, man, he had that fight with Shakur Steves in 2023. He hadn't had a fight since then until last December. By last December, I mean 26, 25, right? December. So it is June right now. He had a fight. His last fight was 6 months ago. Before that, it was 3 years. So he's had one fight in 3 years and 6 months. So that's advantage Jose Valenzuela. Jose Valenzuela had a fight 4 months ago, right? For comparison, right? So that advantage will be Jose Valenzuela. He's going to be giving up 1 inch arm reach. So it's really, when it's 1 inch like that, it's not really a huge advantage on it's not really a huge advantage on either side, right? When it's only one, really the arm reach, they only really start to play into it when you get to about 3, 4, 5, 6 inches and stuff like that, right? 2 inches is okay. It's okay, right? But when you get to like 3, 4, 5, 6, then it starts to become a bigger factor. But I will say this: I thought Rayo would have the longer reach, and he doesn't, right? And he doesn't, right? That's probably played a big factor in what happened first time, right? But he's a lot more experienced now, right? So he is a different fighter now than he was. He is a different fighter now uh than he was, at the time of the first meeting. Right? But I digress. I'm excited about this fight, man. Don't know if y'all could tell, but let me go ahead and get into the schematical breakdown of it. I think Jose Valenzuela in this fight, he's going to want to box and be on the outside, right? That's kind of what Jose Valenzuela has become, right? I'm not gonna say the power has disappeared, right? But it's not that menacing one shot power we thought like early on, right? It's more of that thudding power, and if I can catch you in between your counters, I can most definitely hurt you and put you down, right? Because he did knock out Chris Colbert, uh, right? Stunned him, dropped him, and then he knocked him out cold, right? So the power is there, but I don't think it's as menacing as I might have thought early on in his career, but very well still alive, uh, with his power, all right? I don't think he's going to have the power advantage in this fight, right? So I do think El De Los Santos is going to be the harder puncher in this fight. Both of these guys are a bit of counter punchers, right? Jose Valenzuela, he likes to wait till you punch, and then he likes to throw combinations after you punch. He uses his jab, right? He will go first. He will use his jab, right? But mostly he likes to wait for you to punch and then throw combinations off your punches. Edwin De Los Santos is a guy, you know, they fight very similar, right? He uses his jab, but he waits for you to punch, and then he counter punches you with bombs, right? He's not throwing his punches and combinations off his counters, but he's throwing, fight changing shots, right? Fight ending shots that get guys up out of there, right? So both of these guys are counter punchers, right? To a degree, to a big degree. Valenzuela has become more of, the boxer mover, counter puncher. And De Los Santos actually likes to be on the front foot, right? And when he's putting pressure on you, he waits for you to attack him, and then he attacks you after you attack him with those hard shots in between your counter. He can lose a fight because he can be outworked, but it's even dangerous to outwork him because he's so deadly with those counter shots, and he has so much power with those deadly counter shots. Right? So it's a risk to even try to outwork him. If you saw El Rayo's last fight, if you saw his last fight, maybe, it would kind of feel like that he wasn't the stronger puncher in that fight, right? I'm not really sure where El Rayo's power went, right? But he's maybe it's because he came back down, you know what I mean, too, in weight as well for that fight, right? Man, and Zufa, he's back at 140. He had moved up, but he came back down. But he was fighting like at catchweight, right? But he came back down. So maybe that had something to do with it, right? But I didn't really like he was getting caught with shots, right? If you look at, he kind of got beat up a little bit. He won the fight, right? I think he won most rounds, right? But he kind of got, he got touched a lot. He got hit a lot. You know what I mean? You could see it in his face, right? He was pretty marked up after the fight. So I think Edwin De Los Santos is going to be able to touch him, and I think when Edwin De Los Santos touches him, he's going to be able to hurt him, man. Or maybe he has PTSD about the last fight, and he, avoids the knockout. But something tells me that Edwin De Los Santos is going to be able to catch him with one of these counters and put Jose Valenzuela out, man. I hope I'm wrong about it, but I am going to go with Edwin De Los Santos. Edwin De Los Santos is actually the underdog in this fight. Started around plus 120. Now he's around plus 105. I still think it's good value. I still think it's good odds. So I'm going to go with Edwin De Los Santos, man. I'm going to go with Edwin De Los Santos to get this win over Jose Valenzuela. I'm not happy about it. I hope I'm wrong, right? But I think the defensive lapses that El Rayo have, what looks like, you know, of avoiding power, maybe declining power. I'm not really sure, but I think he's going to be giving up power. He's going to be facing a guy who already knows the blueprint on how to beat him. And Edwin De Los Santos' power is real. If the only question with Edwin De Los Santos, right, is his conditioning, right? He had a dad bod, a soft bod in his last fight, but I think he's going to be on point and ready for this fight, given that he just signed the Zuffa. He's fighting a guy he beat already, and he wants to make an impression. So I think he'll come in ready. But we got Edwin De Los Santos for the win over Jose Valenzuela. You can take it on the money line at plus 105. And I do think Edwin De Los Santos eventually does stop Jose Valenzuela again. I don't think it's an early knockout, though, like it was the last time. I think if he does stop him, it'll be a later, like TKO knockout. But we go take Edwin De Los Santos on the money line, right? We ain't gonna make it too hard, right? I still might play a live single, right, with Edwin De Los Santos KO, but Edwin De Los Santos for the win. Edwin De Los Santos on the money line straight up is the pick. That's all I got for y'all, man. Skin Hardaway, Southern T. This ain't the past. This ain't the future, but it's the present. That's how we rocking. And I'm out. Look.